we should constantly be focusing on self-development and growth. The Holy Spirit of discipline is important to have in all manners of our walk in life. You read Proverbs 31. That's discipline, that's order, that's structure, that's consistency. And that's exactly what has to be focused on. The reason why it's important to fast, it is to prepare ourselves for what's to come. So there's gonna be a time when we don't have much, and these high holy days coming up are about future building, to get ourselves in the right perspective and in the right mindset.
As we approach the Day of Atonement, to me, this is the opportune time to get your spiritual house in order and correct as we approach the Day of Atonement.
1 Peter 3 in verse 1 says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, that they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. So there's a spirit behind a woman who's focusing on her business and serving the Most High and diligent in it, because that's a Holy Spirit. And a Holy Spirit can change and encourage others. So that's a hope that you can have and change your perspective of, oh, he's still a soldier. And who cares if he is, honestly, because it really doesn't matter. He's doing the work of the Lord, and all things are going to work out for good to them that love the Lord. And we're going to stay diligent in serving the Most High and doing good works and building good fruits and making sure we reciprocate those good fruits to our lords, so that they can be, as it says, one, and they can get maybe a little bit of zeal. We know that our lords go through things and stuff too, and you just got to be patient.
Many are called, few are chosen. I pray to the Most High that I'm chosen. I pray that my husband is chosen. But at the end of the day, who knows? Who knows if he'll come with me to the kingdom? Who knows if I'll come with him to the kingdom? But guess what? I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm there. And that goes back to understanding what you're really here for in your salvation. You do know that you only one. Narrow is the path. You got to walk it yourself. So guess what? All praise to the Father. He's looking out for you. He pointing out the stuff you need to fix. Thanks. I appreciate that, because I'm trying to get the kingdom. You know what I mean?
This is Sirach 1 and verse 26. It says, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, right? Go hard for the Lord. Okay. And the Lord shall give her unto thee, meaning give you understanding, give you wisdom, give you godly perspective.
Proverbs 19:8, just because she was talking about that. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. And so if you know you're struggling in that end, you got to examine what spirits. And it's pride. It's a lot of pride. You think you know everything. You're good. You don't need to hear nothing else. Nobody can teach you anything. And that's not the case. So start sending up prayers for that too.
This is Ephesians 5:26. It says that ye might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. So it's like, for us, we know that we're not right, and we got a bunch of stuff going on. We've had tests throughout the weeks and trials. And when we come together, we know it's the spirit that takes over. Like the things that you be saying, it's like, dang, I was just like, it's cleansing and refreshing. The word does that to you. And so when you're around that wisdom, it's like you're feeding your spirit, you're like nourishing yourself. So it's like, you really gotta get in your word first. You gotta start fasting more, praying. Everything really does boil back down to discipline, and pray for it. Like she said, really delving into what you got going on, finding discipline in yourself. Now you got to adapt to the changes that you need to make, because you can't have one without the other. You can have transparency, but then don't adapt and don't inspect anything, and nothing changes and you're still in the same cycle. You got to have them all together. They all got to work together so that you are growing, constantly feeding your spirit and focusing on what really matters, and that is getting ready for atonement and getting ready for Feast of Tabernacles, to remember a godly woman's perspective with all the trials and the tests that we have going on, and to constantly remember to be in your scriptures, keep your mind sound so that you can make decisions, make the right decisions, follow in the right paths, and inherit the kingdom, right?
The Messiah is coming.